Hey guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to show you this InBody analysis, this biological impedance. It's a body composition analysis. Here's one of my clients who went from a C shape to a D shape. Now remember, a C shape is having low muscle and high fat, or I should say the ratio is that way, and then a D shape is having a higher amount of muscle and a lower amount of fat. Now he was started here at about 176 pounds. And his muscle mass is not low, okay? It's just the ratio of it relative to his body weight and his fat mass. His fat mass was over, it's higher. Not a lot higher, but somewhat. So it's a little bit of a C shape. His visceral fat score was 9, and his basal metabolic rate, or you say resting metabolic rate, is 1668, okay? Let's take a look at him. This is now. So he's 148, so he's roughly 30 pounds less. Really 28, but it's really about 30 pounds less. And so if you look here, he's just on the cusp of a D shape. Now yes, his body weight's lower. He's lost some muscle, but he's lost a lot of fat. He's lost way more fat than muscle. So he's starting to turn into a D shape. And then here, his resting metabolic rate is still, even though it's like 66 calories less, that's insignificant. You have to realize he's lost 30 pounds of weight to drop 66, and he's still in his 1600s, which is critical, which is critically impressive. His visceral fat is 4, so it was at a 9. So this is a pretty good example here of someone going from a D shape to a C shape. Now, he didn't have low muscle to begin with, but the proportion of his muscle relative to his body weight was high enough to where it created that C shape, okay? Now his body weight is lower, his muscle mass dropped, but it didn't drop like off the table. It dropped some, but his fat mass dropped significantly. His fat mass was 43 pounds, now it's 22. So he lost 20 pounds of fat. You know how much muscle he lost? Like, what was it, 70.8 to 74.7? That's like maybe 4 pounds or 3 to 4 pounds. So he loses 3 to 4 pounds of muscle and loses 20 pounds of fat. That's a phenomenal response. Okay, that's a phenomenal response. So he's still in the normal range of muscle. His body weight is normalized and his fat mass is also normalized, but he's starting to approach a D shape. So I just wanted to share these results and just my interpretation of them, and it's fascinating stuff, folks. I really like this machine. I use it for the pattern of it, the ability of it to look at a change in a person's pattern, their ratio, the D, I, and the C shape. That's one of my favorite things to interpret with the InBody, and also the visceral fat's also telling, as well as the basal metabolic rate, which is telling. So our training has been the results have just been there. They've worked. It's been fantastic. So our training is shifting now. So we're going to be focusing more on weight training to build that muscle up, because he's earned the right to do that now. That's part of it. I guess you can call it body composition specific training. I train people based on their body composition, and again, I believe in this whole systemic signal thing, and that's just what I believe in. It's plausible, and so anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.